Welcome back, folks, to Fallout 76. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we start our journey again on Fallout 76. You can see I've gotten rid of all my characters. We're starting from complete scratch. Now, I don't worry, guys. If you're new to the game, we're going to explain this entire game, and we're not going to leave out details for you because right now this is a great time, as a lot of people are getting into Fallout 6, to go ahead and play. So, you see, I have no characters. We're going to explain the whole game and some of the other things, but I figured if I was going to help people play this game, I needed to restart. So we got rid of, like I said, all the my other characters. We're starting from scratch, and we're going to load into the world. So there's going to be a cutscene, I'm sure, here in the beginning. I will leave that in for everybody to go ahead and watch if they want to, just because it's going to be a lot of fun in a journey. And this time I play through, I'm going to pay attention to the storyline too. So for those of you that haven't played this game before, you're in luck. Now, some of the things I will do a little differently, but I will explain that as we go. But we're going to start fresh. And outside of having Fallout First, which is premium, we're not going to buy stuff. Kind of do a free to play, but I guess we'll do it kind of because we're going to have Fallout First, and we'll explain that later. But here's the cutscene, guys. And you guys will explain Fallout 76 afterward.
War never changes. In 1776, this great nation accepted that armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation. That is why today, July 4th, 2076, 300 years after our great nation began, we gather together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you, the good people of America, so that if the bombs do come, if the end does come, our way of life will endure. But not everyone will be saved. Those chosen to enter this vault must be our best and our brightest. For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself. So as we stand here today, we pray that the world will know peace. But if that is not our destiny, if war must come, we stand together knowing that here in Vault 76, our future begins.
All right, guys, and I think there's going to be an overseer that talks here a little bit. There's not much I can do about that, guys, and I want to leave that in for this story mode.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough. Today is Reclamation Day. It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
You talk a lot. think she's still going to talk too here, but that's okay. As we are doing our character creation, you can see we just hover over different parts of the body. The beautiful thing about Fallout 76 is down below, you guys can see I'm on PlayStation, and it is giving me the controls right down here at the bottom. Now, I don't want to get too crazy with my character. I'm just gonna be kind of bland and I guess do it off of what I look like mostly in real life. Let's do style. Um, let's see. We don't want to do anything too crazy with our hair. Let's just give us a normal hairdo. You know what? That one we had, that really ain't that bad, to be honest with you. We're a fancy looking fella, I think. All right, so but like I said, if you're doing your character, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because people are going to want to play with this as they play along or just watch this as a series. So, but you can take more time and do what you want. This is actually the character I want. So let's go ahead. I think we're going to have to name it now. And we are just going to name it Soopa-Dave here. There we go. Oh, and we can do our picture thingy doodler. Let's do this for our picture. Perfect. Nice. So now I think she's going to talk. You see, we have nothing here. Let's go to this terminal. Um, for the by the way, guys, if you don't know what Fallout 76 is, from the cutscene, it is a game based on um, the future, but it has a 40s and 50s feel to it. So you can see we got some 40s looking and 50s looking stuff in here. I love this game for that. It is so perfect. But basically, in the future, a 50s based future, the war goes to war. The world goes to war. Sorry, the talking's a new thing for me. And uh, we have to survive a nuclear blast down in these things called vaults. But now it's 200 years after the nuclear blast, and it's time to come out to the nuclear wasteland. So that's what we're going to be doing here, guys. And again, with all this stuff here, I will leave it in the video because I will be reading it myself. But for the time being, oh, we can eject holotape new tapper. Yep, we will do that. But for the time being, I will show it on the screen so you can pause it if you do want to see some of that. Now, dialogue, we're going to completely keep in ourselves, but for the most part, the beginning of this is going to be pretty straightforward. We need to put on our Pip-Boy. This Pip-Boy is going to be the basis of our entire game. So, almost everything that we do is going to be in here, guys. So, for example, we can use it. Let's back out. Oh, we got a quest now. It's going to tell us to open our Pip-Boy, which we are going to do so I can show it to you guys. But you'd see we have our status, effects, our stats. And I will put these on the screen. We'll get more into these later. Like I said, I'm not going to leave out any details of this game. But if you want to see what these are, you can go ahead and pause them. We'll play with that a little bit more later when we're talking about builds and stuff. And by the way, we're going to do a bunch of cool builds. So we have an item part for weapons, armor, basically all the things you would think of. And data. So this is going to be our missions. And a lot of them we will explain a lot more down the road and go through them. For example, dailies and events are going to be very important to us down the road. And we do have a radio, and this game has wonderful music, but sadly, a lot of it's copywritten. So, that's a thing. That's kind of sad. But let's go ahead out here to the vault, and we're going to try to leave the vault. You guys can see it says vault. Leave Vault 76. As soon as I go out, she's going to start talking again, and I'm going to leave that in for you.
You have been tasked with nothing less than the rebuilding of America. Such a huge responsibility. Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you. When you hear this, it means I've been gone for several
We're going to
months.
pick up this stuff too. We'll talk about this here in a second when she's done talking, but we're going to work our way out here. Just following the dots.
Signing off.
Be on constant alert for the clickety-click of your Pip-Boy's
Message repeats in
radiation.
24 hours.
It must be terrifying leaving this warm, secure vault for a hostile wilderness with no running water or electricity.
All right, one real quick thing is I think we're done talking. You can see all I'm doing is following these dots right there. So you can see right in the middle of my screen, I'll punch in the air. There we go, right there. That's all I'm doing to follow. We have this compass at the bottom. So the yellow dots are friendly people. If they're against us, they'll be red, and also their name will be red up where it says Hagenbottom at the top of the screen. I know some of this is going to be real obvious to some players, but some people haven't played this game. And you can see on the bottom of that screen there, the compass also tells me where my next objective is. Now, I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest player, because I'm not. Let's grab this party hat. But we are, I am experienced, and I want to help people out play this game. So this is going to be a fun way of going about it. I wish right now I could steal that Dex fan. Now, we're going to go into the terminal, and I think we have to unlock something in here. Oh, we do not. Okay. Oh, okay. So again, if people want to read this, they're definitely more than welcome to. We are going to go through these, though, just so that the game kind of allows us to progress here. As you can see, now it wants us to play or eject the holotape. A holotape, guys, if you guys don't know what it is literally just like a recorded message you can play in your Pip-Boy. So we're going to go there. We got all them done, and I think there's archive. Yeah, there's a few things here. And like I said, I myself am actually going to go through and read these when I edit the videos. So if you guys want to stay along with the storyline, you're more than welcome to. But when we get to the talky bits, I am actually going to leave them in here for everybody. All right, so let's eject the holotape. Can we do that? Oh, no, we can't right here. Well, we could play it.
Overseer's log. Or should I...
Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to go back in there. Can we eject it? Oh, no, I took it out. So I think we have an overseer's log here. Let's see, in our items, in holotapes. Yeah, we will play this for you guys to hear.
Or should I say, direct communication? Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other. There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before. We can't let it happen again. So we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find out there. Or where to start. My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
Alright, so I think that's going to give us another mission for the vault. But you can see we got a security terminal here, and we are going to try to unlock it. This is going to be our first little task. Now, to do these terminals, there are 4-letter words hidden in here everywhere. You guys see able, does, and it gives us 4 attempts remaining. So after your 3rd one, you want to back out, like I just did, and then reload in, so that it doesn't like lock you out of it. But we're gonna try and guess. Oh,
Nuclear strike imminent.
so this is multiplayer and somebody's dropping a nuke right now. Remember this moment because later on it's going to get crazy when we go to do the nuke drops. But for right now, let's get back on task here. We are going to be trying to pick a four-letter word that this is to unlock it. So we're going to take also. It has 0 likenesses. So that means none of the letters are correct or in the right place, which means we want to find something that doesn't have that. Exit doesn't have any of the words in it. Likeness is 1. So we got to find one that has one similar letter in the same spot. And I'm not seeing any off bat. So exit. Let's see. Slip. Nope. I'm sure this one is standing out there obvious. Yeah. What one is the same as has one the same? Ammo tidy doesn't. Labs doesn't. Sync doesn't. High doesn't. Nope, there's no likeness there. None in worn. Let's see here. Hall. Oh, I'm gonna look like an idiot here. Am I missing one? Oh, this has one. Okay, so the I in exit and in this is the same. So this might be the right one. It might be this or slip. That was it. Okay, good. So now if you get to a point where you pick a bunch of words, you, like I said, back out before it gets to 4 so it doesn't lock you out. We're going to go ahead and do this as well. So in the beginning, the game really does pick up, but in the beginning, there's some of the storyline, like any game, they will put in. In fact, just for you guys to know, Fallouts are the only game that with a storyline that I like. So for everybody else that knows the channel, we do a lot of simulators or survivals, open worlds, where there's not really a storyline. You just go ahead and go in and play. So that's what I normally like. We can see in here, there's a lot of this. So I'll be reading a lot of this when I go to edit. And like I said, you guys can pause it and 100% look through. And it wouldn't be a Soopa-Dave video if I didn't get hiccups at some point in this. So one thing about this series is it's going to be a lot of fun, and I am going to be doing it right here on YouTube. I probably will stream sometimes. Oh, as the vault opens here. Ooh, fancy. You know, I don't remember that happening. Okay. Is that going to open up? It is. Okay, cool. Now, before we leave here, let's see if we can get maybe a screenshot. Oh, let's do... Oh, here's the map, guys. We'll get more into the map here in a second, but I want to go into photo mode. And this game has a really cool photo mode. Look at this. This might be the... You know what? Just to show you how this works, this might be our screenshot for the thumbnail of the video, guys. Hey, look at me, dude. What are you doing? There we go. Alright, I like taking cool screenshots. So, we're getting ready to leave the vault. Also, there's a nuke being dropped. Later on, like I said, we'll pay attention to that more. Will you settle down, Mr. Handyman? And we are going to go ahead and leave the vault. Now, we can pick either level 20 or freshwater. I'm starting fresh. I want to start from the beginning. You can 100% do level 20 if you want. I would much rather do this and start from scratch. And technically, we start at level 1, but leaving the vault is going to give us a level because we're going to explore an area. Now, we have them special stats, so strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. That's what the special stands for. And again, we'll get into that more as we go. But we have to pick a perk that we're going to want at the start. Now, keep in mind when you're doing this, if you're playing along, you can always change these. So there's no way to ruin your character permanently, guys. And I want to be very clear about that. So, let's go ahead. I think XP is always going to be helpful. We're going to try to take stuff that helps us out in the long term here. So we're going to go ahead now and pick our inspiration perk, and we're going to go ahead and leave the vault. Now, as you see, I grabbed some items on the way out, including a camp, which we can build our own camp, which is essentially a base. So I'll try to remember to call it a camp because I always call it a base. But you can see we actually start out at level 1. We get our reclamation day completed. We discover the forest and we gain a whole level from it and a level up. So I think we are going to do a couple things here quick. I do want to show, oh, we're halfway to level 22. Alright, so you can see in here now we have some items and some stat effects. So right now we're vault fed. So an hour in, or 2 hours, we have a time or frame where we don't have to worry about our hunger or thirst. We're fully fed and fully hydrated. So we get some boosts from that. And you can see our specials now because of that. We have a boost to our endurance and our strength. Here we can see what items we have. So picking that new start, we have a combat knife, which we're going to actually equip, and armor. So we have some leather pieces of armor. So it did give us some stuff. We have the glasses, and we have some food to get us by here, some starter stuff. Stim packs, I do want to talk about quick because they're an important part of the game. These do heal you, so that's what their big thing is. Radaway gets rid of our radiation. On the HP and our health pool down at the bottom left, that will have a red part eventually, and that will get rid of that. So that red part in our health pool, in fact, we're going to use a combat knife so you guys can see that. And we have some other stuff which we'll get into later when that comes to. Now, instead of worrying about missions, oh, we get item rewards for completing that. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got the stuff that's in our inventory. Now, we're going to come back to this guy later on and talk to him. But the last thing I want to do, well, this is going to sound crazy. We're going to play this kind of the way I want to play it, and which is to be somewhat effective. Am I the greatest player in the world? Probably not, but I'm pretty good. And we're actually not going to worry about starting the storyline. So right here would be talking to Pennington. We're going to worry about that all later. I have a game plan of where we want to go. We want to go down here. So let's place a marker right here. So it's right next to the river where we're at. And now we'll be able to see that place marker down there on the bottom of the screen. Let's go ahead. Oh, a donations box got some good stuff for us. Now, we're going to run into our first enemies down here. Ooh, you can see. You know, it's really cool to start again and to be scared of everything. Okay, so we have a knife. We're going to use it. And Vats here has like an automatic way. Let me get rid of these guys. Alright, there's one. Oh, there's one more here. So these are some ghouls that have been affected by the radiation. They used to be humans, but we did go and in fact murder them. But you can see what it did. You can see that red part down in my health. We can't get that back. So in order to get rid of it, I wouldn't normally waste this, but just to show you, we're going to pop a Radaway. That's going to get rid of our radiation. And if we use a stim pack, that'll heal us. But we could also use food to heal us, and that probably would have been smarter there. And showed you the combat knife, but I think for the most part, to keep us not in a bad position, we're going to use our 10mm pistol. And we're going to do all different types of building here, guys, so we can loot bodies and get junk. And we want that. So, for example, you can see the wrench has steel in it. We're going to want that. So, loot, if you see, you can take all from the bodies, and you can see it took all from all of them. And we are going to start to head this way over to this part of the map here, guys. So, guys, I think we're going to end the episode there. It's already 25 minutes long. And like I said, you guys will probably be very interested. Oh, there's a VATS thing. We could use our VATS to shoot them. We're going to finish up by murking these guys here. But I think we're going to end the episode here in a little bit. We're going to sneak on these guys. You can see they're already cautious of us. We only have a 33%, so we're going to aim manually. We got him. Oh, oh, and he's close in, so I'm going to use my VATS. There we go. And the VATS uses the AP, which is kind of like stamina for a lack of a better word. But you see, with our knowledge that the controls are on the screen, you can see nearby corpses. We can hit square, and then we can hit square again to take all. So, guys, everybody's going to be able to play this with along if you guys want. Otherwise, we're going to play and have a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are with me on this journey as we start our new character in Fallout 76, guys. Have a good one, folks.